Hello, Rama Rama Popote. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with next chapter. Chapter 7. The Sage Who Never Speaks. I must break the chronological character of this record and wander backwards in time for a week or so if I am to catch the record of not uninteresting encounter. During my stay in the suburb outside Madras, I have not neglected to pursue diligent enquiries within Indian circles in the city itself, with reference to the existence of outstanding figures of the kind in whom I am interested at the time. I talk to judges, lawyers, teachers, business people, and even one or two pious notables. I interview the interviewers and spend a few pleasant hours with men of my own profession. I discover an assistant editor who tells me privately that he was a keen student of yoga in his younger days. He sat then at the feet of one whom he still regards as being indubitably an adept in the science of mind control. But this master died 10 years ago. The erstwhile pupil is a charming and highly intelligent Hindu, but alas, he does not know where high grade yogis can now be found. Aside from this, I meet with little more than vague tales, foolish legends, and positive rebuffs. It is true that I meet with one holy man whose Christ like face and robes would have created a sensation in prosaic Piccadilly, but he too tells me that he is wandering the land in search of a higher life. He has renounced an estate of good farming land to become a gypsy, a holy beggar. He offers me this estate provided that I shall settle down and serve benighted, suffering Indians. Alas, I too am a benighted, suffering mortal. His munificent offer is passed on elsewhere. Word is brought me one day concerning a reputed yogi. He lives about half a mile outside Madras, yet, because he discourages acquaintance, appears to be known to few peoples. My curiosity is quickly excited and I determined to have an audience with him. The house is hidden behind tall bamboo poles which fence her square compound and which stands completely isolated in the center of a field. My companion points to the compound. I am told that the yogi is immersed in trance most of the day. It is unlikely that he will hear us even if we rattle the gate or shout his name. Even if we did those things, it would be thought rude. A rough gate gives entrance to the enclosure, but as it is strongly padlocked, I begin to wonder how we are to get into the house. Complete silence pervades the scene. We wander around the field, turn away from a piece of adjoining wasteland, and eventually meet a boy who knows where to find the residence of the yogi's attendant. A circuitous walk brings us to the place. The man proves to be a hired servant. His wife and many children come outside to see us and trail behind his heels. We tell him our desire, but he refuses to help us. He firmly declares that the sage who never speaks is not on view to stray visitors, but lives in strict seclusion. The sage's days are spent in deep trances, and he would be highly offended if all and sundry were allowed to break in on his privacy. I beg the attendant to make an exception in my favor, but he is adamant. It becomes necessary for my friend to threaten government interference if we are not admitted forthwith. A totally unjustifiable procedure, of course, but one which I illegally reinforce, though our eyes wink towards each other. There ensues an animated discussion. I supplement our threats by the leer of liberal Bakish, and it is not long before the attendant reluctantly yields and brings out his keys. My companion informs me that it is clear that the man is no more than a paid servant, because if he were a personal disciple of the sage, neither threats nor money could have moved him. We march back to the gate of the compound and unlock a massive iron padlock. The servant informs us that the sage's belongings are so few that they do not include a key. He is locked in the compound from the outside and has no means of egress until the attendant's visits, which takes place twice daily. We learn further that the sage is occupied with his trances throughout the day, but in the evening he partakes of some fruits, sweetmeats, and a cupful of milk. There have been many evenings, however, when the food has remained untouched. Let's continue the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Popote.